Footbaps Nation!
Let's ride.
Let's ride.
All right, welcome back. Welcome back, Footbappers. Welcome back. Welcome back, Footbappers. We got another episode of the Fantasy Footbaps recap. I'm back here with my co-host, as always. Paul, say what up to the fans.
Hello.
And we got a special guest today. We have the Barlowrider joining us. Nick, say what's up.
What's up, Bap Heads? How we doing?
Nick's been a long time fan of the podcast. He's been wanting to join on, talk some football, talk some footbaps, and yeah, we're excited to have you today, man.
Yeah, happy to be here. Long time Bap Head. Been around since day one, so this is a big day for me.
All right, and we're not even gonna sugarcoat it. We're gonna go through, as always, go through the matchups this past week, show you what's going on this upcoming week, lay out the playoff sitch, the points for, all that good stuff, recent activity. There's been some blockbuster trades that have gone through, all involving Paul, I think. Yeah, it's going to be a good one. And then at the end, we're going to go around and tell everyone what we're thankful for this year. Special Thanksgiving episode.
Wow.
All right, let's not even waste any time right now. We're going to get right into it. Gorman had his best week since like week 3. This was inevitable. This was a pretty sad matchup. Me versus Gorman. This was a pretty big matchup too. I was a game ahead of Gorman. I lost. Now Gorman and me are both 5 and 6, and since he has more points than me on the year, he's ahead of me in standings. But yeah, it started off. Things were going pretty well. You know, Lamar had like 5 points with like 6 minutes left in the Carolina game, and then he scored like 10 points in the last 6 minutes. Ran for a touchdown. That sucked. Chubb didn't have that great of a day. I was feeling pretty good after the 1 o'clock games. Honestly, the Bills defense didn't do all that great. Things were looking okay because actually Saquon had his worst game of the year, which was awesome. Basically what this came down to was Josh Palmer had his best game of his career for Gorman, 30 points. George Kittle had his best game of the season, 22 points. Hopkins did what he's been doing, 14 points. James Conner had like 12 points. It's just, and then on my side, Cook and Barkley had their worst games of the year, which is pretty shitty. Kyle Pitts got hurt on the first play of the second half. Rondale Moore got hurt on the first play of the game against the 49ers. And it just wasn't a great day. The worst part was I was going to start Pacheco over Rondale Moore, but then I was like, I don't think that Pacheco can like get higher than 10 points, and Rondale Moore like has hit 20 before. That was a fucking mistake. This was also really disappointing too, because it was like going into Sunday night, I was projected to win like 115 to 105. First play of the game, Josh Palmer catches a 50-yard touchdown, and I was like, it's literally fucking over. I'm pretty sure Josh Palmer had like 4 points last week. Oh, he had 5.9. But yeah, that was my matchup, dude. Fucking Gorman, the watermelon fiend, took over. Does anything stick out to you here, Paul? Were you following along at all?
Yeah, just the Josh Palmer special when he probably would have put in Kenyon Drake instead, but that's all right.
Yeah, that's actually a good point Paul makes, is I don't think that Gorman checked his lineup on Sunday because Gus Edwards was ruled out, Kenyon Drake was projected 12, and Josh Palmer 8, because Mike Williams and Keenan Allen were both playing on like snap counts. So I was like, before the 1 o'clock game started, I was like, dude, Gorman's not going to check. Like I'm getting so lucky. He's actually going to play Josh Palmer when Williams and Keenan are back. And then Kenyon Drake got 6 points and Josh Palmer got 26. But honestly, dude, that might have been like a blessing in disguise, because Gorman still would have beat me by 10, which would have made Rondale Moore getting hurt on the first play and Kyle Pitts getting hurt like suck that much more, and Barkley and Dalvin sucking as bad as they did. Hell, even at the end of that Chargers game, I was still projected to beat Gorman by like 5 points, and then Josh Palmer it was like a series of, it was like my whole like fantasy life like spiraled out of control because Josh Palmer caught a touchdown at the end of the game in the red zone, which he like never does. And then the Chiefs come down and score. And I was like, oh, here comes a Herbert interception. So then he threw an interception. It was like a fucking 10-point swing in the last like minute 40 of the game. Which now that I think about it, Mike Williams getting hurt actually is like what opened up Josh Palmer to have this game. But whatever. Gorman beat me twice this year, dude. I fucking choked. My guys just don't have what it takes. Next game. Oh, this was an upset. Steve versus Austin. Austin gets his second win of the year, drops 154 on Steve's head. Wow, Paul, walk us through what happened here.
Well, I'm pretty sure we like predicted this last week.
Yeah,
like,
this looked like Steve was gonna lose. I don't know why, I just had that feeling.
But yeah, Steve was projected like a lot, or
no, Austin was. Austin was projected to win, I think, or at least they were projected. They were projected close. Oh yeah. Oh no,
117. Yeah.
They weren't even projected close.
So,
yeah.
But yeah.
Projections don't mean shit, dude. Yeah, projections don't mean shit. Because when I looked at this, first of all, Amari Cooper, not a road game, neutral site game, so he goes for 27. Honestly, that might have been the biggest like deciding factor in this entire thing was the Amari Cooper game being a neutral site game. But no, Zeke came back, and that's when I knew Austin probably was going to win this one. Actually, I thought Austin. I had a feeling Austin was going to win when Aaron Rodgers put up his best points of the year, 20 points, 19 points. I had a feeling then. And then when he picked up the Ravens against Carolina, and then they announced Baker was starting, and then it was like, oh shit, like this is really going Austin's way. Yeah, I mean, Austin could have started Allen Robinson too. He went with Boyd, which I probably would have done anyways because Jamar Chase was out. But yeah, this was a Nick. You have the Broncos defense in your fantasy league, right?
Yeah.
-2 points.
Their worst, very clearly their worst fantasy game of the year, and it's disappointing because they still played overall a pretty good defensive game, real football. But yeah, to get -2 out of them is disappointing. But I think they'll bounce back.
Carolina. Yeah, Carolina, they're definitely going to bounce back. Yeah, I think it's disappointing because, first of all, Vegas sucks. Second of all, like you said, they didn't even have a bad defensive game. 22 points isn't a lot of points. They just didn't force a turnover or, like, get a sack. And, like, sometimes that's, like, what it comes down to, unfortunately. I hate starting defenses when it's, like, they'll, like, only give up, like, 18 points, but they only got me, like, 1 fantasy point just because they recorded 0 sacks and had 0 turnovers. It's like, Jesus Christ. Another point I forgot to touch on in me and Gorman's game is that Gorman's field goal kicker, Tyler Bass, set the franchise record for most field goals hit in a game, which was, like, also pretty fucking sick. Nick?
Go ahead. I just want to add one thing. Just, insult to injury there for Steve. He's got the Broncos defense. Austin has Devontae. That's
because that means Devontae's big plays because he definitely caught like a long touchdown, didn't he?
Yeah, it was like early in the game. He had one.
Yeah, he had a long touchdown. Oh, he had 2 receptions of more than 20 yards. Yeah, so 31 and 35. So that means that Steve literally was like Austin's gaining a shit ton of points, and his defense probably lost like 4 points on each of those plays. That's crazy, actually. He probably had Surtain on him, right? Like, that's kind of fucking crazy. So. I can't imagine. Yeah, he usually. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure Devontae like called out Surtain after the game, basically saying like he like couldn't cover him. So that'd be my guess.
He came out after the game and said, "Steroid boy can't stop me."
And then he shoved a random stadium worker to the ground.
Who was it that called DeAndre Hopkins steroid boy this week?
I think it was Jimmy Ward, the Niners corner.
Oh yeah.
He was he was tugging on me all game and stuff. He's like, I have no respect for him. That's steroid boy.
Dude, I can't wait for the Cardinals and Browns to play, and then we have massage boy versus steroid boy. It's gonna be fucking one for the century. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Massage Boy and Steroid Boy, they were together on the Texans. Wow, what a time to be
They
alive.
need to get back together and then make a trade for Mike Thomas. So it's Massage Boy, Steroid Boy, and Slam Boy all on the same team.
All of the boys together. Nick, you know all about the Paul Luck, right?
Yeah, I do.
You're well aware.
This is Paul versus Nick. Paul's on a 3-game win streak. 3 straight games of playing teams decimated by injuries and buys.
I scored a shitload though, so that makes up for it.
It doesn't make up for it. It doesn't make up for it. The Paul Luck was in full effect. Debo has sucked all year. As you guys know, Paul traded Dameon Pierce for Debo, and then Debo has his only good game of the entire year for Paul this week. Oh my god, you only scored 99 with that. What the fuck?
Everyone else sucked.
Yeah.
Hey, Paul, I do want to mention before the game Sunday, Brandon had mentioned that you traded Dameon Pierce for Debo. I asked if I was going to get some Paul Luck because I was playing Dameon Pierce, and he said, "Oh, 100%.
Guaranteed.
He's going to play
he had his
awful."
worst game.
And I think he scored 1.7.
He had 4 or something like that. Yeah.
No, it wasn't 4. It was literally 2. It was 1.7 or 2 or something like that. Yeah,
Damn.
so
I appreciate that, Paul.
yeah,
That's
so
pretty sick.
the
You're
Paul
welcome.
Luck is it's worked every time so far, right? Didn't you make another trade this year and the guy you got CD? You traded for CD Lamb last week and he immediately scored his best game by 15 points.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
DJ
Paul
Moore
Luck
kind of didn't have that, but he had that one game with the crazy catch.
Oh yeah,
25 points.
you got some, no,
That
you
was
got
later on,
lucky
though.
because you traded for DJ Moore. He had 2.2, and then they threw PJ Walker in, and then you got the PJ Walker games out of him. So you got a couple PJ Walker games. Regardless, Paul, walk us through what happened in this game, how you're feeling. If you think that this is finally your year with how much your luck has been.
I don't.
Okay.
I'm expecting a first round. Well, if I get the bye, it's not locked in yet, but most likely we'll get the bye. The round 2 exit, meaning I will not get a win because I looked today, and the Eagles play the Cowboys week 16, and I have Dak and CD, so they'll probably get 0
Oh
points.
no! Another so for our listeners at home, Paul has never won a playoff game in the 7 years that we've been doing this league. But he makes the playoffs every single year. In fact, after this year, Paul might be the only one left that's made the playoffs every single year. So yeah, but I will say I think the team's looking strong though. I mean, Debo, I feel about the same for Dameon Pierce as I do Debo. I think they're both pretty mid, you know. So but I would say that Debo probably has better upside. So, but yeah, I mean, if Dak keeps continuing to Dak because he's had a couple good games in a row, yeah. You got ETN on the bench, yeah. I mean, yeah, and then Nick started Jerry Jeudy. It wouldn't have mattered anyways. Yeah. Did you have anyone on Sunday or Monday night? Oh yeah, Debo. Were you already locked in to win at that point though?
I think I only needed 2 points. That's
okay.
82. So.
Oh man, how sweet would that have been if you got 1 point? What if what happened to Rondale happened to Debo? Negative 0.6. Then you wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, you would.
Dude.
You'd be like, when was the last time Monday night didn't go my way?
Yeah, true. But still.
Yeah, so Paul beats Nick. Nick 1-10. Again, Austin beating Steve, so now Nick's in sole possession of last place because Austin's now 2-9. Nick's hit the double-digit loss mark. Austin hasn't yet. He's keeping the single-digit losses alive. Now, our game of the week was Dave versus Pinhead, right?
Yeah. I thought so, right?
I'm pretty sure it was our game of the week. The long-time rivalry, West-on-West action. Dave got the Kelsey and the Najee game and the Daniel Jones game, and that pretty much was Dave's team this week. Now I'm looking at it. Anything else stick out to you guys?
Yeah, Kelsey just being a free 15 to 30 points every week in the tight end spot of all things.
Yeah.
That's just a free win basically every week.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, Justin Jefferson got him 4 points and it just didn't even matter. I wish I had the Cowboys defense.
Pretty nice boost, Kelsey and Najee.
Yeah, I know. Najee, actually, I think we hadn't gone over this yet. I don't know if this happened after regardless, Dave just traded for Najee this past week. Who did he trade? Jeff Wilson for Najee, right?
I thought it was James Robinson.
Oh, it was James Robinson for Najee?
Yeah.
Okay, I was thinking Jeff Wilson. I was like, all right, Dave, like, you know, Mike got a like pretty solid player in return, but wow, he traded James Robinson for. Oh, and James Robinson got 1 point. Oh no. Oh my god, what? Yeah, that's brutal for Mike. If he just kept Najee, Dave probably would have started. I mean, whoever he would have started would have got him nothing. That's crazy though. Pinhead's, coasting here a bit. Dave's going strong. Seems like every year Dave is like the first place team in that division. I don't really know like what's going on there, but yeah, I mean he got the Paul Bad Luck Damian Harris 2.7 or Damian Pierce 2.7 game. Both their defenses did good. I mean, yeah, again, in Mike's defense, he had Jeff Wilson on bye, Tyler Lockett on bye, Mike Evans on bye, Jamar Chase injured, Juju injured. So, he had to start Michael Gallup and Adam Thielen, who, if for anyone that remembers, Adam Thielen put up like 16 points against me that week that he beat me by 3 points, which was like by far his best week. Let's see. Yeah, 15. That's fucking awesome. Jimmy G got him 25 points, and he still only managed 98 points. That's actually pretty impressive. Funny enough, I actually on Sunday, because I was like, I didn't know if Keenan and Mike Williams were like guaranteed to go. So Sunday I was actually going to pick up Jimmy G to like play him instead of, or play him in case Mike Williams and Keenan Allen like weren't activated. But then I looked and I was like, whoa, Mike picked up Jimmy G, which is like a solid pickup, dude. Good job, Mike. That's one of the first times that Mike's like made a move this year where I haven't been like very confused. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he was stashing tight ends, now he's stashing QBs.
Yeah, so this week's game of the week, this was basically the Cowboys versus the Vikings. You thought it'd be close, and then it was just not close at all. And then Dewbag versus Kyle. Well,
big deal.
Yeah. The thing is Dave and Mike were both 7-3, so this game was a big deal, but they were like the two like first and second in the West or whatever. Regardless, Kyle keeps doing what Kyle does. He gets 33 points from Tony Pollard, 24 points from Jamal Williams, 24 points from Jalen Hurts, 21 points from the Commanders defense. Oh yeah, Brett Maher set the record, was half a point behind the most fantasy points by a kicker in NFL history. That was the kicker that I tried picking up, and I lost the tiebreaker on, so that sucked. Dewey had Kadarius Toney go out early in that game too. Yeah, what do you think, guys, thinking about this one?
Darnell Mooney got a touchdown. Didn't really do much other than that. Just makes everything look better.
29 yards. That 14-point game is still the highest of his fucking year. That was the week that he beat me by 4, in case you guys were wondering.
Yeah, and the Cowboys just pissed on everything related to the Vikings, so Pollard got a good game. Did Foreman do well? I don't think Foreman did well. Yeah,
no, but dude, I think everyone kind of got tricked by Foreman because so we had this crazy week against Tampa Bay, whatever. But then he got 32 points against Atlanta, and people were like, he's a fucking locked in top 15 RB the rest of the year. And I was like, dude, the Panthers suck though. How could you say that? Like, then he gets 3 points, then they get Atlanta again, 19 points, and everyone got tricked again. Baltimore, 2 points. Like, he is what he is. The Panthers suck. If they don't play the Falcons, he's probably not going to score 20 points. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's the fact he got one guy with 2 points, 2.5, and then 5 points, and he still gets 160. Crazy.
Yeah, well, like I said, this has been Kyle's, this has been his formula all season. He had more people getting double digits than like usual this week because he got like the defense and the kicker and Darnell Mooney up in here. But like typically every week it's Jalen Hurts 25 points, Eckler 25 points, Tyreek Hill 30 points, and then like it doesn't matter what the rest of his team does because 80% of his points come from like 3-4 players every week.
Yeah.
So This was probably the most even scoring he's had like all around. Now that I'm looking at it, like yeah, he had the 5 and the 2.4, but he spent $7 on Cole Kmet last week.
He
So
was tricked.
yeah, well, I was just thinking like that's a lot to spend on a tight end that like is definitely like overproducing. You know what I mean? Not to say
Yeah.
he's not going to be good the rest of the way, but I just thought it was, I don't know. I put
Crazy.
in $0 for Cole Kmet, so that's why I was like, what the hell? But yeah, what do you think about Dewey's team, dude? Dewey's team is like kind of, I'm looking at it and I'm like, I don't know what's going on here.
I don't know. Darren Waller and Dobbins both hurt. Like, those are sad things.
To be
Kenneth
honest,
Walker's
Tyler Higbee's done better than Darren Waller was doing even before he got hurt. Yeah, he's got the 0-point game, but 6, 11, 8, 12, 8, 10.
just like what could have been if Dewey didn't draft them so high because they were what, like third or fourth, fifth round picks, something like that. So
Who, Waller and who else? Oh, Dobbins, yeah.
Dobbins was fifth.
Yeah, but then you
Waller
also
was
have to
sixth.
look at it the other way. He got Ken Walker for free, and who else? Amon Ra, he got in like the 8th round. Like it was made up by like two of the biggest home run picks that you could have in fantasy this year. He had. So yeah, I think Dewey will get back on track, but if I'm Dewey, I think I would sweat a little bit, not on making the playoffs, but I think I'd be like, shit. Like 2 weeks ago, I think a lot of us thought Dewey might actually just win the whole thing, and now I think it's like, dude, honestly, Kyle might win the whole thing.
Yeah. Kyle or Dave are my picks. I don't trust myself.
I think for his sake, a lot of it's going to be Swift because it seems like right now he's still hurt and he just has not been doing much at all.
This is crazy that like he's scoring, he's getting like less than 30 yards a game basically, but like scoring a touchdown every week. How long can that go on for? Like I don't know. Yeah, well, it does ride on Swift. Like if Swift starts doing good, then Dewey, I think he'll again be my favorite because then he'll have Swift, McCaffrey, Amon-Ra, T. Higgins, AJ Brown, Ken Walker. Like Jesus Christ, that team's stacked. But yeah, we'll have to see what happens there. Also, a reminder: Dewey initially had offered Austin, DeAndre Swift, and Amari Cooper for Christian McCaffrey, and Austin was thinking about doing that, and I was like, absolutely not. Can you imagine if he pulled that off? Dewey's team could be Alvin Kamara, Christian McCaffrey, T. Higgins, AJ Brown, Amon-Ra, Ken Walker. Holy shit, he'd be so like at least thank God Austin didn't accept that one, and he was able to pull off Kamara because that was pretty clutch. But that was the games this week. Like I said, our upset pick of the week was Austin over Steve. That ended up happening. Game of the week ended up being a blowout, but whatever. Now we're gonna check out the standings here. First place in the East, Paul, 8-3. He's gonna end there at the top. It'd be almost impossible for Paul not to end there. Gorman's in second in the East, 5-6. I'm in third, 5-6. Austin in fourth, 2-9. Let's fucking go. Austin's second win of the year. Nick in last place in the East, 1-10. First place in the West, Dave takes sole possession of the West, and I think it's his to lose at this point. He's actually locked in 100% chance to make it. Holy shit. Kyle's in second. Kyle was in last place. How many games has he won in a row? 4 in a row. He was in last place in the West 4 weeks ago, and now he's in second. And 98% chance to win. Like, sometimes things just got to break the right way for you. Like, honestly, think about it. If he had lost that game against me where Dobbs got hurt in the first play, like it could be totally different for him. He'd probably still be projected like 70% chance to get in, but like, God, that one win was so huge for him and was so huge against me. Dewey's in third in the West, 7-4. Dewey was in first for a bit there and then second. It's crazy to see him in third. Actually, no, Mike is in fourth in the West. Mike was in first in the West. Sole possession first 2 weeks ago at 7-2. 2 games skid. Remember, ESPN was projecting Mike to like not make the playoffs like 2 weeks ago, even though he was in first place in the entire league. So I don't know what ESPN's projecting now. Actually, I think I looked. We'll get into that, but kind of crazy. Steven last in the West. The mighty have fallen. Steve, your last season champ, is now in last place in the West, and it is pretty crazy. Me and Steve are looking like we're not going to make the playoffs, or at least it'd be kind of a long shot for both of us to make the playoffs. And we were the two best teams by far last year. Like we were both 12-2 and had like the most points. Like I had the most points and Steve had the second most. Like we fucking really fell off this year. Most points on the year is going to be Kyle. He passed Dave this week because he put up like 165. He outscored Dave by like 20, which gave him a 14, 15 or 13 point lead for points for. Last place Nick. I don't think it's possible. But Mike, you're fucking 7-4, 91% chance to make it in is still the second lowest scorer in the league. Points allowed. Take a guess, Nick. I'm gonna scroll up. Who do you think? Who do you think is the least scored on team in the league this year, Nick?
I'm gonna go out on a limb and probably say Better Call Paul.
Yeah, Better Call Paul. Least points scored on.
Hey, you're right there with me.
Yeah, I'm right. I'm right there, dude. It sucks too because like most seasons it'd be like nice. I'm like so low scored on, but my like low scoring games have been against low scorers, which I've lost anyways. Like that's what was happening to Kyle to begin the year. Remember, he had scored a lot of points, but like also was the least scored on, but had a bad record. And it was just because when he had bad games, it was against opponents who also had bad games. And when he had good games, it was against opponents with good games. So brutal.
But it looks like Paul's like fourth in points scored.
Third, yeah. Oh yeah, you're ahead of Gorman by 3 points. Well, that was how many points did you score? No, it wasn't this week. It was last week that you scored like 150 or something, right, Paul?
Yeah, 180, dude. I was going crazy.
180. So that 180 game really fucking boosted you up because I remember me and you and Nick, or me and you and
really
Dewey. Yeah, me
and
and you and Dewey were like all close to each other, and then. That's the other thing. It sucks having these injuries that's happened mid-game because I've had like 4 or 5 of them this year. So my points are like I'm only the 6th highest scorer. Like it kind of sucks. I feel like I should at least be in front of Dewey, but whatever. Let's check the projected playoff bracket right now. Bye, Dave in the East. Bye 2, Paul. So those are the 1 and 2 seeds with a bye week, Paul and Dave. First round matchup between Dewey and Mike. And I feel like there's like kind of a rivalry there, Paul, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, that'd be a good matchup. I'm terrified of having to play Kyle though. That'll definitely be my ending blow.
Yeah, we need Kyle to keep this streak up because we need Kyle to play Paul and have his playoff losing streak continue. You're Peyton Manning basically. When he basically, it was like his first 9 seasons, he lost in his first playoff game like 8 of the 9 times or something, or like 7 of the 9. You're on your Peyton Manning shit.
Sad sight to see, man.
Yeah.
We'll get there. I have hope.
But Mike versus Dewey, there's definitely a rivalry between those two. There's bad blood between them. They're always talking shit in the group chat. So that'll be a fun one if that ends up being it. And then Gorman versus Kyle, that's kind of a fucking lame-ass matchup, honestly. That's probably the least amount of bad blood between 2 teams that you can have. But that could be setting up a Kyle versus Paul second round Kyle wins fuck you Paul matchup. Losers bracket, me versus Steve, classic. And Austin versus Nick. I think that's locked in. Yeah, that's locked in. There's no way they can be better than the 9th or 10th seed. At this point, for Austin and Nick, I feel like it's a race to see who doesn't get like last place. Like, you know what I mean? And I think Austin's pretty set, but also if I'm Austin, I'm kind of worried like maybe Nick wins a few games. You know what I mean?
Right.
It'll
be interesting.
Yeah, but that's what that looks like. Now let's look at the ESPN projected final standings. First place, Paul. Ooh, he's picking you. They're picking you to beat out Dave. So you're first, Kyle second, Dave third. So they actually think that Kyle's going to overtake Dave, which it wouldn't surprise me if Dave and Kyle played at some point to end the year since they're in the same division. So that'll be a
Right.
huge game. That might even be game of the year, dude. We were talking about
Yeah.
game of the year, you versus Dewey a while back. I think that we'll see what happens. That they've got to play twice, and I don't know if they have played twice. Fourth place, Dewey. I think those are the solidified top four. Paul, Kyle, Dave, Dewey, whatever order you want to put them in. Those are the top. Well, you're guaranteed one or two, so I guess. But outside of that, like, yeah, those are the top four teams. Mike has moved up to number 5. Last week, I think he was like 8 or 7 or something. Actually, before Mike made a trade today, or before waivers or something, I actually looked this morning before waivers went through, and Mike was projected to finish 7th. So I'll move that Mike made might have bumped him up. We'll get to that. I'm projected 6th. I don't even know where that's coming from. Steve's projected 7th. Gorman 8th. How could they project Gorman behind me and Steve? Austin 9th, Nick 10th. For a second there, Austin was behind Nick, but I don't know. I don't know if it's going to move back the other way the rest of this year, but we're still rooting for you, Nick. Nick is the only one trending down. Oh no, they're just not showing anyone
From,
but
like,
Nick
the-
trending
It's
down.
from like the draft night or draft day, whatever.
Yeah, but there are other
Oh,
people
yeah, they're not
trending
showing
down. They're just
anybody.
only
Yeah,
showing
what the
Nick. What the fuck?
I mean,
Nick, what do
so
you
weird.
from an outsider's perspective, Nick, what do you think of these power rankings? Can you see them?
Yeah. I mean, my first thought was, I can't believe Paul was projected 9. He's moved all the way up to number 1. I know he's made a lot of moves.
Oh yeah. Every single year me and Paul are projected 9 and 10 though, to be fair. I don't know what
Crazy.
I don't know why, but anything else jump out at you? Is there anything you disagree with these power rankings, these final season projected rankings?
I mean, not really, based on what I've seen. These all seem pretty fair. Yeah, I mean, Paul, looking at your team, Paul, I see some similarities with your team and my team in the league that I'm in, and I'm a bit worried as well. You know, being projected number 1, I don't think I'm going to go very deep in the playoffs. I'm trending in the wrong direction, and I'm afraid that's going to be the case with your team as well.
Oh no.
Yeah, Paul, is
Yeah.
there any kind of like worry about the week that your team just put up this week?
A little bit.
Like,
I'm not,
is it
worried.
feeling like the trend of past seasons where it's like you pretty much explode every single week, and then the last few weeks your team puts up like 90 to 100, and then you're like, oh shit.
No, I'm feeling good. I like my bench is. I'd say it's pretty solid. Like my starters and bench. I just think by the time playoffs get here, something's gonna happen, or I'll just have a bad week and lose. Especially with the Cowboys playing the Eagles. That's the main thing that scares me.
It'll be like me in my work league every year where I was like top 3 in scoring for 3 years straight, but then had like a horrible injury every single year. Last year it was Eckler, and I had injured the week before the playoffs, and then 2 years ago it was Antonio Gibson, and then Will Fuller getting suspended, and then the year before that I can't even remember. So yeah, you've got the Brandon luck when it comes to the playoffs apparently. Yeah, I personally disagree with having me at the 6th seed. I don't know how that could even be possible. I feel like me and Steve shouldn't be the 6th seed. It should be Gorman. He's got 100 more points than us. Gorman just has to tie me and Steve's record, and he makes it in. You know. So I don't know what's going on there.
A hard schedule. Who knows?
You know what I think it is? I think it's because he lost Cooper Kupp, but he's not going to drop Cooper Kupp. So they're probably saying like he has a guy on his team projected 0 points, you know. So that's got to be it. I don't really fully understand how they have their projections.
Am I remembering this wrong, or were there some rufflings about Connor Gorman going like close to undefeated this year, like early in the year?
Okay, so
I remember hearing those rumblings, and he's fallen hard.
Yeah, well, actually, he's making a comeback, because so what happened was, he won his first 3 weeks, scoring 150 to 180 points all 3 of those weeks, and we were like, I don't see a weak spot in his team. Like, he might go undefeated this year. This is fucking crazy. And then he fucking lost a shit ton of games straight, And then he won last week, but I think it was like a close win. Like it still wasn't looking great. And then, yeah, so it just depends how you think. Is it because Gorman was playing me and I have shit luck that Gorman had another fucking explosion week? Or is it a trend and, Gorman's going in the right direction? We'll have to monitor that situation. But regardless, those 3 weeks set Gorman up for the entire season. Those 3 weeks are why he's 100 points ahead of me and Steve. Like, you know what I mean? Which is crazy. Like, it's crazy that how you start the season can like impact that much down the road. Like anyone who loses 6 straight games, you'd think that they were just out of it. But like, nah, dude. Like those first 3 weeks, their scoring was so high that.
He's still coasting on it, basically.
Yeah, it's how many weeks are left in the year? Is it 3 weeks left?
I think 3, yeah.
Yeah, there's still so much time left in this season, which is crazy. Either way, those are the final projected standings. Let's go into the recent activity, and we're gonna have to open it up. What was Thursday's the 17th?
Yeah.
Oh, looks like it goes back that far. All right. Obviously, you guys know what happened on Wednesday with the waivers, but some shit went down after that happened. So, as you guys know, Kyle Pitts was dropped by Kyle. I picked up Kyle Pitts, immediately goes on the IR just like Dallas Goedert. I'm fucking cursed. I'm cursing tight ends. I picked up Foster Moreau this week. Spoiler alert later on. So he's going to die on the field this week. But that's just, random pickups as the weeks go on. Blockbuster trade went through. Paul trades Dameon Pierce for Deebo Samuel. Paul, let's walk through your thought process, how you're feeling about the trade, what was going through your mind. Let's go.
So I was actually just offering Dameon Pierce to a couple people. Like I think it was like offered him for Jalen Waddle, AJ Brown, and then Deebo Samuel. Like we're like those Steve, Dewey, and Dave. Then
did you think Steve or Dewey would give up top 5 wide receivers for Dameon Pierce?
I don't know, man. If they were hungry for some running back, they might have. But yeah, they got denied, and then Dave just accepted it without even texting me or anything. He accepted it like pretty quickly. So I was like, okay, I guess he believes highly of Dameon Pierce, and I didn't want him on my team anymore because I have ETN and Mixon, which is like solid, and I like only starting 2 running backs if I need to.
And you were getting scared, weren't you? You
A
saw
little
that.
bit,
You saw that he had the fucking random 22-point game, the 18, the 17, but then you looked and you were like, oh wait, shit, the Texans fucking suck. He's not going to have many scoring opportunities. Like this isn't good.
The offense is just so bad. So I was like, you know what? I might as well try and move him while he's still like highly projected. He was projected like 14, 15 something last week. So I was like, okay, someone's gonna bite on it.
Yeah.
And I mean, Deebo Samuel wasn't like a steal or anything, but I mean, I'm just happy I got him. So
yeah, I think Dave was just sick of Deebo because obviously it said he's ranked 20th at wide receiver this year now. But when you traded for him, it was like 28th or 26th or something. And he just wasn't like doing all that great. But Nick, who do you think won this trade? If you had to say between Dameon Pierce and Deebo Samuel, who wins the trade there?
Yeah, it's a toss-up. I mean,
that's what I think. It's a toss-up too. I can't pick who wins that.
Yeah, I'm not really high on Deebo, but moving Pierce was probably the right move, especially looking like towards the end of the year with Houston, because they're gonna start just like, I mean, they're just gonna like, I mean, they've been tanking all year, but I think it's gonna.
And they picked up Benjamin. That's another thing that scared me.
Yeah, and like you look at those defenses, like Miami, who's okay. I mean, they've played some good games. Dallas, obviously. I think Tennessee has a pretty solid defense.
Yeah, Tennessee's got a really good defense. That's what scared you, Paul. You were like, oh, Tennessee week 16. Tennessee's defense is like pretty elite at stopping running backs. I don't know how, but they just are. Yeah. I think maybe the next.
It's probably the right move.
Yeah, I think maybe the next couple weeks you'll be like, oh, this kind of sucks when he tears up Miami and Cleveland. But then, yeah, Dallas is rough. But then Kansas City's got a pretty weak team. Regardless, I don't think it matters how good the defense is either way. Like, for it being a good defense, because the Texans suck so bad. You know, like, I made a joke about Dameon Pierce dropping like 30 points on Cleveland, but I just don't think the Texans are good enough that he'll like score like 3 touchdowns to get those points, you know?
Yeah.
Um,
I also saw today, I think, that the Texans are starting Kyle Allen at
Yeah.
quarterback.
oh,
Texans
yeah.
So
Hill.
defenses are just gonna sell out on the run against
Yeah.
the Texans and be
Yeah.
like, okay, Kyle Allen, go ahead and beat us with your arm. So I think he's probably for the rest of the year, yeah, he's probably not gonna have a great outlook. So
Yeah, I think that Paul, you win that, and I think, well, I still think it could be a toss-up. I have a little more
Yeah.
faith in Debo, but that's not really saying too much because I just think they have so many mouths to feed in San Fran, and like I don't know, Debo hasn't been that great, but he's got a higher ceiling than Dameon Pierce. Like even if Dameon Pierce didn't have the Texans to play out, like didn't have the whole situation of them tanking, playing Kyle Allen and stuff, like I think Dameon Pierce was a consistent, you know, like 10 to 14 points, which is cool, but Debo has the, you know, potential to score you like 20 in a week and shit. So that's what I feel about that. Dave picked up MVS. Mike, oh no, Mike, he finally parted with Tyler Conklin. Tyler Conklin's been a staple of Mike's roster this entire season for some reason. And yeah, he's gone. Honestly, with Mike White back, maybe
wait, and then he dropped Taysom Hill.
yeah, he picked up Taysom Hill, and then he added Dawson Knox. And classic, I had Dawson Knox, and then I dropped him for Kyle Pitts. So naturally, Dawson Knox set career highs in targets and receptions. And like I think maybe like the second most yards he's had in a game. So like that was pretty inevitable. But that's Mike's guy going forward. Oh my goodness. Oh, I thought Kyle picked Zay Jones back up again. Kyle's picked up and dropped Zay Jones like 3 different times. But it looks like he's back on DJ Chark, who I think Kyle also had. Oh no, it was Gorman. Wait, what is happening? Wait, Kyle
dropped them twice.
he keeps picking up and dropping DJ Chark. Okay, whatever. Kyle picked up DJ Chark on Sunday. I don't know where that even came from. Whatever. All right, this week's waivers now. Paul picked up Latavius Murray for $21. Wait, who was I thinking of that? Oh, you got Samaje Perine for free. I was gonna say I didn't think you spent anything. So Paul got Latavius Murray.
Reports. I wanted to know like who else fucking whatever on it. Oh wow.
Brutal. Brutal. No,
no one offered more, dude.
Yeah, no, that's not really that bad. You had money to spend anyways, I feel like. Plus, who cares because you fucking shipped him off anyways, which we'll get to. Yeah. So okay. So Paul picks up Latavius Murray. I picked up the Vikings defense because they play the Jets next week, but I'm also wondering if I should play them against New England this week. I still haven't really decided. Paul picks up Samaje Perine for free. Joe Mixon has like a concussion or something. I don't know why no one put money in on him. I picked up Foster Moreau. I had to drop Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts gets dropped again, but this time because he's on IR. Kyle picks up the Chiefs defense. I think they play someone shitty this week, right? The Rams, yeah. The Rams with potentially, who was the guy we were talking about?
I don't even remember his name already.
Dick Perkins or something?
Yeah.
Dick Perkins? Bryce Perkins, yeah. Bryce Perkins, brother of Paul Perkins, who you guys might remember or not. Bryce Crawford, yeah, that's who the new starting quarterback for the Rams is. Yeah, that should be a pretty good pickup for Kyle, who's going to keep rolling. I dropped Rondale Moore, picked up Rashad White because Rondale's hurt. Paul gets Robbie Gould. Is Graham Gano on bye? Wait, no, you got sick of him.
I gave up. Dude.
The 0-point game. So for reference, Nick, Paul was so giddy because he picked up Graham Gano after he had 2 8-point weeks, and then because it's Graham Gano and the Giants, he did fucking nothing. Paul actually kept Graham Gano through his bye week in week 9.
No. I dropped him.
No,
And I got him
yeah,
back.
no.
Then picked him back up.
I picked him back
You
up.
dropped him
Yeah.
on the bye and picked him back up.
I don't know
Hold
what's
on,
more
hold on,
embarrassing,
hold
keeping
on.
him through the bye week or
No.
dropping him and then picking him back up.
Scroll down. I picked him back up. Look at go to the very
All
bottom.
right. You're just
I've
all
added him
over
back.
Graham.
And you paid
Wait,
$1 for him. When
you
got him.
paid $1 for Graham Gano? What
Because he
the
was a hot
fuck?
topic, dude. I
No
needed him
one
back.
put an offer in for Graham Gano. There was not a single offer for Graham Gano. I cannot believe you're trying to sell our viewers that Graham Gano was top product on the waiver wire
was,
2
dude.
weeks ago.
It's a hot item.
The hottest item dropped 0 points for you last week. Oh, but now you've got your replacement in Robbie Gould.
Yeah, the old man. He's reliable. You
Yeah,
can trust
all
him.
reliable. All
He still put
reliable.
up 3 points the last 3 weeks.
That's okay. It'll feel better coming from Robbie than Graham Gano.
He had a 7-point game, and before that, he had another 1 and 3.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you know what I realized? So Kyle, I kept making the joke about Zay Jones was like his dude, but I just kind of realized Kyle's just loves mid because every week he picks up a mid and wide receiver and then drops him. Like, I kind of want to go to Kyle's team and I want to go through like week by week who the mid wide receiver he had. So last week it was DJ Chark. The week before it was Zay Jones. The week before that it was Josh Reynolds. Yep.
Josh Reynolds.
The week before that it was I don't know. No, that was the week he did pick up. That was the week he picked up Mooney because he played him the next week. So Darnell Mooney that week. It was before Darnell Mooney was doing good. This week, like Josh Reynolds again. Like it's like at all times, Kyle wants to have the most mid wide receiver on his roster. Like there's nothing. Robert Woods. Yeah. Noah Brown. Yeah. Noah Brown and Marvin Jones Jr. Yeah. So I'm starting to realize that it's not a Zay Jones or DJ Chark thing for Kyle. It's actually just the most average wide receiver you can have. Kyle just like can't decide on which average wide receiver he wants to sit on his bench and not play for the rest of the year. Basically, because he's not playing these guys. He picks them up and then he drops them the next week. But he spends $1 on them every time. I mean, he's a big spender. So let's get to the meat and potatoes of this week. Paul, what trade did you make today? With who? And were there any behind the scenes conversations with who it went down with? So lay it all out on the line for us.
So I randomly I get an email. I don't have my notifications on for like the fantasy app. I just have my email on, so it's like whenever a trade gets accepted or whatever, or just offered to me. So I saw the thing come up. I was like, okay, someone probably made a trade. I was like, oh shit, Mike offered me mid for mid basically, and then I was like, okay, I just picked him up for some free money that I didn't really need anyway.
Free money, you spent $21. I will say that.
I wasn't gonna use it.
Yeah.
True. But so I was like, whatever. I wanted Juju back since I traded him for DJ Moore because I still feel bad about giving him away.
Yeah.
And that's about it. I just really wanted Juju back, and I didn't really feel a need for Latavius Murray because he doesn't get many yards.
Wait a second. Nick, we're and Paul, weren't we all laughing about the fact that Mike traded Najee for James Robinson and then you traded for James Robinson?
I threw him in there. I just wanted Juju, really.
Mike was so disgusted with James Robinson that he traded him. Didn't he trade him to someone else? He traded him to Dave. He drafted James Robinson, didn't he?
Yeah.
Didn't Mike?
Yeah.
So Mike drafted James Robinson and then Yeah. Wait. Oh no, Dave drafted James Robinson. Okay. I was gonna say that'd be funny as hell.
Then traded him for Najee.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that you getting Juju is probably better than having Latavius Murray, honestly. I don't know. Nick, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, James Robinson is bad.
I don't plan on using him.
Latavius Murray, we'll see. I mean, I think he looked.
He scored points.
Game he played for
but
who did he play for before Denver picked him up? He played in like
Minnesota. No, not Minnesota. He played against Minnesota.
It was like New Orleans, not New Orleans.
It was New Orleans. It was New Orleans. I think it was.
Yeah, I think so.
He got picked up for one game, and then Denver picked him up off the practice squad, and Yeah, he hasn't done a
He
whole
he
lot.
just
But I
like
mean,
gets no yards. Like
2.9 yards per
no
carry,
total.
putting up some Najee Harris numbers.
but I saw obviously Javante's been out for the year.
They cut
Uh,
Melvin Gordon.
yeah, Gordon's gone, and then they have another running
Mike
back that like.
Boone.
No, it wasn't Boone. It was another running back that like got a high ankle sprain or something, and he's gonna be out for a while.
Chase
So like,
Edmonds.
I don't think they have anyone else. So
Wait,
it's like
is it
by
Chase Edmonds?
default.
Chase Edmonds,
Yeah,
yeah, he
yeah,
got hurt.
Edmonds.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So like by default, they pretty much have to
Marlon
run
Mack.
Purdy.
Yeah, I mean, I think
or Marlon Mack. So it's pick your poison, I guess, if you're the Denver Broncos. So
yeah,
I
honestly,
guess
I think
it might work out for Mike,
Andrew Beck might be getting some fucking carries. Why is he a
Andrew
running
Beck.
back? He plays tight end. Why is he a running back? Yeah.
Crockett. Mr.
What did Chase
Crockett.
Edmonds do to get put on IR? He touched the
Like
ball
ankle
twice
sprain.
and like fucking died? What the hell? Yeah, no, I think Latavius Murray's gonna go and get 15 touches a game for like 3 yards per carry, and if he doesn't score a touchdown, he's gonna suck. But and no offense, but I guess in Denver, how many scoring opportunities are you gonna get at the goal line, honestly? But at the same time, Juju has been hurt. Maybe Juju isn't gonna be what he was. Maybe he'll come back and it'll be Kadarius Toney time anyways. So I would say it's a mid-off, but I think on paper I would much rather have Juju than Latavius Murray.
Yeah, I was gonna say I still think Paul, you win that trade just for getting Juju, who I think has a higher ceiling, and I'm out on Tony.
Because he hurt his fucking groin. Yeah, he gets hurt over and over. So yeah, Paul, that does lead me to ask, because you get James Robinson, who are we dropping out of all these guys?
I dropped Curtis Samuel finally. I'm gonna depart with him.
Wow, that's a huge
know.
fucking day for
Touchdown.
you. Yeah, he had a
know.
rushing touchdown,
but
dude.
does nothing other than that.
Yeah,
Look
he
at the
was
last
a
4
lineup.
weeks,
Oh my god.
Since Heineke started, like he gets literally 3 catches a game or less.
He gets
bad.
4 targets a game, 4 too.
Yeah.
But the thing is he
Heineke
does get
hates him.
rushes. Either way, I just love that. My favorite like development for this season was this stretch of 4 weeks where, like, for some reason, like, Curtis Samuel was a lineup lock for you. You were like, how could I not start Curtis Samuel?
I was desperate in the beginning.
I don't even know if you were. You were playing him over Alan Lazard every week. Alan Lazard was popping off double digits, and you were like, fucking, I don't know. Pierce was not out. Pierce's bye wasn't until like week 6 or something.
Like he wasn't good until like later-ish. Like the first like 4 weeks, ETN and Pierce did nothing.
Well, ETN, yeah, but I kind of want to look. The first week Damian Pierce didn't do shit. Did this trade already go through? Right? Yeah, it's on Daisy. The first week for sure, but then didn't he do? Yeah, he didn't really do much then. So you weren't starting Damian Pierce during any of these weeks?
I did. I don't know if I did against Chicago. Look at my team. Hold on. Let me look. I don't know if I did on week 3 or not.
No, I feel like you probably benched him.
I did. Okay.
Oh, you did start him? Wait, where is he?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so you had faith. You started Curtis Samuel over Lazard and Olave.
He got 9 though. He got 9.
And then you started Curtis Samuel over fucking Olave again? Did you? Oh no, Olave's in. You started him over Lazard again though. That's pretty sweet. This was the week that you fucking. Oh well, Giants still did good. Fuck you either way. Curtis Samuel over.
I still was throwing him in. I mean, 9.2 is not bad.
This was the last straw.
Solid.
This was the Thursday night 1-pointer.
1.6.
How was Benjamin in your lineup? Wait, what? What is happening?
He was traded.
Oh, so in reality, this was the week Benjamin probably got like 20 points, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, yeah, it looks like you were kind of struggling in the beginning now that I'm looking at it, and then things kind of fell into place. Either way, that was the waivers. Now we're going to get to the matchups, starting off first off, me versus Nick, East versus East. I'd like to point out that Nick has been projected like 90 points or less for like 6 weeks straight, and then he's fucking projected 100, and I'm not feeling confident at all about this. And the only reason I'm projected as much as I am is because I have Mike Williams in, who like isn't even gonna play anyways, and I have the Vikings defense, and still I basically put in all guys to like make projections the highest, but I don't think this is what my team's gonna look like anyways. Yeah, so me versus Nick. Last time I beat him 95-67. What a mid-off. This is the week that's been tanking my like points scored the whole time. This was the least amount of points scored on the entire year. Was fucking
50 on me once. That would drag me down.
Me and you were at the bottom of points against because Nick put up 50 points against us the first 2 weeks. But yeah, little good old fashioned East rivalry, me versus Nick. Ooh, game of the week probably. Let's keep looking. Oh, we got a lot of game of the week options.
A lot of good ones.
Holy
shit.
Okay, so this is a classic rivalry, Paul versus Mike. Paul, how are you feeling about this matchup? For anyone not watching, Paul's projected to win 126-111, but Paul, walk us through this matchup.
Have I not played Mike yet? I don't think, because it's not showing up there.
Oh yeah, you haven't played Mike this year. First matchup. So this might have to be game of the year because this is the first time meeting Mike.
I'm feeling confident because I just stole Juju, and I don't think he'll play. I don't think I'll start him, but either way.
Yeah, but I think you're fine anyways. You probably got guys
I'll
on
put
your
in
bench.
Lazard or something, yeah.
Lazard, honestly, Pickens, I feel like has done well. Did he do bad this past? No, he did well again.
I haven't started him once, but I just never want to drop him. Like, he's actually doing well.
No, he's doing well, yeah. Honestly, it kind of sucks. Philly and Indy are good defenses. That's the only thing that kind of sucks. To be honest, Curtis against Atlanta. Ooh. Wait, that might not be that bad, actually.
I dropped him, dude.
Oh, but you have Brian Robinson against Atlanta. Even better.
He didn't do much against the shitty Texans, man. I don't know what.
Yeah, it's basically it's like, do you want to start a guy in a really good matchup or two guys in really hard matchups? That's how I see it. I don't think Mike set his lineup yet. I feel like he's going to put Tom Brady against Cleveland. Now I'm kind of worried for you, Paul.
I was gonna say, Jimmy G had a nice. We were just talking about how Jimmy G had a nice game for him, and he benched him for Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, he benched Tom Brady and Jimmy G for Trevor Lawrence, apparently.
Wow. Against Baltimore.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with that. I kind of feel like he'll start Brady. And I feel like that'll mean Brady's going to put up 30 points against you, Paul. I'm actually kind of worried that you're going to lose this game now that I'm looking at it. Actually, you know what? Jamar Chase, I don't think he's playing. So if Jamar Chase doesn't play, I think you're fine, actually.
Yeah. As long as he's not there, I'm feeling good. I'm not worried at all.
Okay. I'm really just worried about the second flex spot. And if Joe Mixon sits, but you're just going to start Samaji then? Oh, but that'd be against Tennessee. Damn, dude, you might lose this. You actually have a lot of shitty like matchups because the Giants aren't horrible. Tennessee's the best run defense. Okay, a really good Detroit. We'll know if you win or lose tomorrow after the 12:30 Bills Lions game. If Diggs has 40 points, then you win. He might have 40 points.
I'm not worried at all. Easy.
Yeah. W. Oh, actually, Thanksgiving Day, you've got a lot of pressure. Thanksgiving Day, you got Dak, you got CD, you got Diggs. This is gonna be a big week for you. Does Mike have any Thanksgiving Days games matchups? People? Dawson Knox on Thanksgiving Day. Wow.
Gonna eat.
Yeah, I actually think this is way more of a toss-up than I thought. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if I'm feeling all that good about it. But okay, so he'll get Latavius Murray and he'll put him in for James Robinson. This is tough, Paul. I'm gonna be honest.
I'm fine. Mike L. Bozo dead.
Game of the week, though. That is game of the week because I think that is going to be really close. Austin versus Gormy. I'm guessing probably both of them haven't set their lineups yet. So this might not be an accurate representation, but it should be a close game either way, I think. Last time, maybe not. Last time Gorman beat Austin by 40, so maybe it won't be a close game. Gorman's kind of been catching fire lately, but Austin off of a 150-point week. We're going to see if Austin's going to ride that momentum into this week, or we're going to see if Gorman's going to ride his momentum. Do you guys have any? Yeah, you guys have any thoughts about which way this game's going to go?
Apart, man. His bench is not looking good.
Yeah, but he's got no bye weeks this week.
Yeah,
And he didn't
I mean,
have any
like,
bye
I don't
weeks
know.
last week either.
It could all fall apart if someone gets injured for Gorman.
Yeah. Do you guys have any strong feelings of who's going to win this one?
I'm going with
I-
Gorman.
Yeah, I think
I-
Gorman's probably safer to win.
I don't know. So I keep looking at Austin's lineup, and I'm like, dude,
This is kind of
this is
legit.
kind of a squad. This is kind of a squad.
That's what I've been saying about Austin all year. His team's not bad, dude. He just
If he puts in Boyd for Sutton,
yeah.
I think that might be a better.
Oh yeah,
At
yeah,
Tennessee.
yeah. At
I don't
Tennessee,
know.
Tennessee's pass defense sucks. Boyd should probably eat against Tennessee. Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Lamar's out.
This one I think should be a close one too. I think looking at it at a glance right now at the scoreboard right now, I think me and Nick is going to be close. Unfortunately for me, but he just doesn't have bye weeks and injuries like he had the last 6 weeks. Paul versus Mike looks like it's going to be close. Gorman versus Austin looks like it's going to be close. Dewey versus Steve looks like it's going to be close. And this is our next matchup, as well as the last matchup. So Steve lost by 7 to Dewey last time they met up. Steve's projected to crush Dewey after a week where Steve only put up like 100. This one's going to be a good one, dude. 2 West teams going at it. Steve fighting for a playoff spot. Dewey fighting to end his kind of like cold spell that he's been going through. What are you feeling about this one?
Um,
Have they set their
think-
lineups?
yeah, I think as long it just depends on Swift too. That's I think who it falls on. If he
Oh
has 1
yeah.
points or if he goes for 20. That's the difference.
Hell, I'm going to be completely honest. I guess he probably doesn't want to bench Swift, but it might actually be smart to put in like maybe not Garrett Wilson because Mike Davis, but maybe Mike White. I mean, I don't know, man. Yeah, this is really tough. Yeah, it's going to come down to Swift. It's going to be if Swift scores like 2 points or not. Basically, this is kind of crazy. I still can't believe Dave dropped Steve T.J. Hawkinson like that. That's It's also probably going to come down to Aaron Jones, whether or not he has an Aaron Jones 5-point game or an Aaron Jones 30-point game. Yeah, this is going to be a really close matchup. This is a really important game for both of these teams as well. So that's definitely up there for game. Like, I think game of the week right now is between you and Mike, which I'm leaning towards. But the reason why I don't think game of the week is going to be our last matchup, which is Kyle and Dave, is because they're both pretty much locked in for the playoffs, you know, because Kyle can tie Dewey or Mike or whatever, and he still makes it, you know, so Kyle's locked in, Dave's locked in. But maybe, dude, this is kind of a crazy one, man. Last time they played, Dave beat Kyle by only 5, 133 to 128. Oh, did Dave set his lineup yet, though? So I think Kyler's playing this week, so Dave's going to have Kyler in against the Chargers. Whoa. Okay, so these lineups are actually going to look a little different because Dave's going to be projected. They're going to be projected basically to tie, basically. Oh, shit. Yeah, what are you thinking about this one?
Nick, want to give your thoughts?
Yeah, Nick, you got any
Have in
thoughts on
mind.
this one?
Well, he's gonna have to make a decision here soon on quarterback.
He's got to start Kyler, dude. Oh, yeah, because Daniel Jones plays tomorrow.
Yeah.
But Kyler doesn't have an injury designation. He's fucking healthy, it looks like.
But it's a hamstring, though, right? I mean,
Yeah, but it looks like he was a
that
full
worries me.
participant in Wednesday. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know if I want to start Daniel Jones against Dallas. Like, there's got to
Yeah,
be better waiver options out here. Like,
He's literally gonna get 3 points.
let's look. Derek Carr against Seattle is probably better. I don't know. I don't know what Tampa Bay is looking like, but because they were just on a bye, but they've kind of been sucking lately against quarterbacks. I don't know. This is fucking tough, dude. Yeah, this is tough. This is rough. But I think if I'm Dave, the potential of having Kyler is like better than just settling for Daniel Jones against the Cowboys. Wouldn't you guys agree?
I'd take that risk. And if Kyler's hurt, you can find somebody, I bet. But
Yeah, you can find someone
Daniel
that'll
Jones is
probably
not
do
good.
just as good as Daniel Jones. So I don't know. Nick, what are you thinking?
Yeah, It's pretty. It is close. This is probably going to be one of the closest games of your week. I'm a little bit worried about Jefferson. I feel like he's going to have a quiet game. I feel like New England has had a pretty stout defense.
Mm-hmm.
So, but Kelsey could also have another huge game. I think the big thing for Dave is just going to be quarterback.
Yeah, I think
I think that's the big one.
Yeah, if I were him, I'd probably wait on Kyler, and if not, whatever, start someone else. But then again, like they're projecting Deontay Foreman 10 points against Denver. That's tough. Jamal Williams,
Yeah.
Buffalo, 10 points. That's a tough matchup. Tyreek Houston's not a tough matchup, but like you can just run all over Houston. Pollard against the G-men, like that's not a great matchup. Eckler does have an awesome matchup, and Jalen Hurts is going to do Jalen Hurts things, but even Green Bay isn't a great matchup for Sanders. Miami's a solid matchup for Pierce. Like you said, Jefferson against New England, not great. Montgomery against the Jets and Najee against Indy, like those are both like not great matchups. Like both of them kind of have tough matchups at like every position, basically. So it's gonna be interesting.
I honestly, just looking at the two, I mean, I don't know. I mean, just comparing the defenses, like the Chiefs' defense against the Rams, like he could get like 18 points out of his defense.
Yeah.
Dave could have a huge game too with his defense.
Yeah.
What
happened last time they played? Last time they played, Cowboys got 10 points from them. But dude, the Giants have looked bad, dude. Like they yeah.
Cowboys just had a massive game last week.
Yeah, this is
I don't know.
This is a tough one.
And even the kickers. Look at the two kickers.
Yeah, the 1 and 2, the 1 and 2 kickers on the year.
That's crazy.
A battle.
Wow.
Yeah, this is going to be a fun one between these two. Nick, what do you think the game of the week is? It's got to be Mike and Paul, though, right?
I was thinking.
Yeah, I think that's the more fun matchup to me. I mean, Kyle and Dave, like you said, that'll probably be the most like.
Yeah, I go with Kyle and Dave.
I'm going with Paul and Mike.
You say Kyle and Dave. You say Kyle and Dave.
Yeah, that's my pick.
Okay. My vote's for Paul and Mike. I think
I'm going Paul and Mike. I'm going Paul and Mike because Mike needs to stop his skid. The team's falling apart a bit. They just made a trade with each other ahead of the game. They haven't played yet this year. It's fucking week 12 or whatever. Yeah, week 12, and this is the first time they're matching up. Yeah, they're in full form. Like this is classic Paul and Mike, dude. This is a classic matchup, a rivalry that's been going on for forever. Like this has to be game of the week. Paul and Mike game of the week. That's the Footbaps seal of approval. That's the matchups for this week. Who is the upset pick of the week that you guys have? I feel like none of like them. I guess
Nick over you.
Yeah, Nick over me is probably the only upset that there is. Everything else is pretty close.
I'm gonna say, oh well, wow. I was gonna say Austin over Gorman, but he's projected to beat Gorman. I can't believe that.
I actually fuck the projections. I'll go with Austin over Gorman. That would be a major upset. I don't think Gorman set his lineup yet. I think that's why he's projected less.
Okay.
Either way, the more important thing, game of the week, Paul, Mike. That's got to be the game of the week. Now, let's take a look at what me and Paul's records are after picking games this past week. Paul's ahead by 4 games. The only game we were different on was Falcons Bears, and the Falcons won by 3. Now we're gonna rapid fire because we've actually taken a lot of time on this episode, Paul. I'm not gonna lie, so we gotta go fast here. Nick, I'm not going to have you pick unless you feel strongly about something. Like I might ask you your opinion on games, but I won't put you on the spot to pick because I feel like it's already hard enough for me and Paul to fucking decide anyways. Let's start out Thanksgiving Day. Bills, Lions. Paul, what are you picking?
Easy ones. We got Bills right off the bat, no questions. Even though I could see the Lions winning. It is possible. But
I'm going Bills. Also, Cowboys, Giants, what are you picking?
Yeah, Cowboys, my
boys. I'm picking Cowboys. Also, New England versus the Vikings. Who are you taking?
This one could be close, but I'm gonna go with the Vikings. I feel like they're going for revenge and at home too.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm going Vikings, and it mainly just comes down to them at home. I looked to see where it's at. It's in Minneapolis, so I'm taking the Vikings. But dude, the Vikings could easily lose that. Like, let's be completely honest. It's prime time. It's prime time. Kirk Cousins. Like, let's be honest. If this wasn't a prime time game, Minnesota would be like an 8-point favorite.
Yep. I don't like that.
Dude, are you changing your pick? Are we going Patriots?
Yep. Fuck it. Let's go.
All right. Paul's going Patriots. I'm going Vikings. I don't feel good about it. Like, everything on paper should be the Vikings winning this game, which is exactly why they'll lose, because it's in prime time. Bucks, Browns. We're both going Bucks, right?
Divorced Tom Brady is a new animal.
What Tom Brady?
Divorced?
Oh, I thought you said workhorse Tom Brady. I was like, damn, dude, workhorse Brady. He's a different breed. Yeah. Nick, being a Browns fan, do you agree with that? Do you think the Browns have a shot this week against the Bucks?
I think they can cover 3.5. Okay. The Browns have lost by like 1 to 3 points like 5 times this year. I think they can cover, but no, they're not going to win.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm thinking too. All right, Bears, Jets. It's in New Jersey. Who are you taking, Paul?
The Jets are favored by that much. I'm going with the Bears.
You're going with the Bears like on the line, or you're going Bears straight up?
Just overall. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Jets are starting who the fuck again? Mike White?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck, dude.
I'm surprised.
But the Bears might not have Justin Fields. Should we assume
really?
Justin Fields isn't playing? I think Justin Fields is playing, so I'm going to pick the Bears because I actually did see some like they said that his shoulder was dislocated, and then it came out that it wasn't dislocated, so I'll go Bears. I don't fucking trust Mike White, dude. But if Justin Fields misses that game, then I'd probably go the Jets. Whatever though. Bengals, Titans, who you taking?
I picked the Titans in this one. I'm surprised the Bengals are favored again.
Ooh, you bitch! I thought you hate the Titans.
I changed my ways.
You hate the Titans, so I thought I was gonna get a free win on this because the Titans are winning this game by 8. Okay, 8. Fuck the Bengals. But no, I'm done. I was finished picking against the Titans, and then I picked against them last week, I think. And now I'm back to I'm never picking against the Titans again. I don't know why I switched up for a week. The Packers suck. Fuck them. Texans, Dolphins. Who you taking? Dolphins? Okay, cool. Me too. Yep. What's the next game on here? Falcons, Commanders. I'm taking my Commanders.
Our boys. Yep.
My Commanders. Our Commanders. Oh my god, I keep misspelling Commanders. Yeah, we're both taking the Commanders. That's a sneaky upset though too. Like not even a sneaky upset, but like I at least think 4.5 for Commanders. Like the Falcons can cover that. I actually do think they can cover that. That would be I would probably take Falcons plus 4.5.
Yeah.
Broncos, Panthers. Wow, the shit bowl again. Paul, who you taking? Darnold's at quarterback.
Darnold is back, but I'm gonna ride with the Broncos on this one.
Yeah, I'm going Broncos until I see Darnold.
Yeah.
Darnold could definitely step in and be like, I mean, he can't be any worse than Baker, but you know, it's in Charlotte, so that's a little scary. But the Panthers suck. I know the Broncos do, but the Panthers suck. All right, Ravens, Jaguars. Who you taking?
You know,
I'm taking Ravens in this one.
But I'm going Ravens. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking Ravens. Ooh, it is away. I still don't think that changed anything for me though.
Yeah, I'll stick with Ravens.
Chargers, Cardinals. It's in Arizona. Who are you taking?
With Kyler back.
It does look like he's going to be back. Yeah.
You know, that's going to be a good game. I'm excited for it, but I'm gonna go with the Chargers.
Damn, I was kind of hoping you go with the Cardinals. I'm going with the Chargers there. Just think the Cardinals are shit. Honestly, that's all it comes down to. I mean, the Chargers could have beaten the Chiefs on Sunday. Like, that's crazy. The Chargers have been so decimated by injuries and shit, and even terrible play calling. They're 5-5 still. Like, it feels like they suck, but they don't. It's really weird. Raiders, Seahawks. I'm taking the Seahawks.
Yeah, same. Raiders
wow, you're not taking your Raiders. You're not taking your Raiders.
They just beat the Broncos. Big deal.
Rams
Who
Chiefs,
cares?
I'm going to just pencil us both in for Chiefs right there. That is a
15.5
over
Oh my
under.
god.
That's insane. The spread is unreal.
Wow.
Damn, it's the Buckeyes playing Rutgers or some shit. Like, what
I
kind
bet
of
when they
line is
scheduled
that?
that out in the beginning of the season, they're like, all right, this will be prime time, and now it's just
Yeah.
garbage.
Yeah, meanwhile, our primetime game is Packers Eagles. All right, Saints 49ers. I'm taking the 49ers.
Yep, easy pick.
Which leads us to our primetime game, Packers Eagles. The Packers are dead to me. I don't think I'm ever picking them again. I'm taking the
They
Eagles.
totally fucked me over last week, so I'm going Eagles.
Yeah, why were we like, Aaron Rodgers is he making the turn? Yeah, like we're so stupid. And then Steelers Colts. Wow. Steelers Colts, who you taking in that one?
Fuck. I'll go with the Colts.
Damn.
Matt Ryan is elite.
Yeah, it's tough. Paul or Nick, what do you think about this? Celeb pick me, Steelers Colts. It's in Indianapolis.
It's in Indianapolis, and it's just kind of wild how bad the Colts have been this year, and then to see that they're a favorite. I mean, obviously it's a home game. I think that has a lot to do.
I think it also has a lot to do with it being against the Steelers, though.
Right. Yeah, it's a lot to do with the matchup. I can't pick the Steelers. I mean, they got a lot of pressure on Burrow last week against the Bengals. Having Watt back, obviously, he's a difference maker. I don't know. You know what? It's more fun to root against the Steelers, and so I gotta go Colts there.
Okay, yeah, I'm going Colts. I kind of think the Steelers are going to win, though. Just because, like you said, TJ Watt being back, and they're going to get pressure on Matt Ryan, and he's going to die on the field. So that'll be a fun one.
Did almost beat the Eagles, though. That's true.
It's gonna be like
I think
game.
So. I don't think I don't know what's going on. I think that Jeff Saturday's a good coach, but somehow, some way, he plays them. He has them like playing well. I don't know what's going on there. So that's another thing too. So what games are we different on? We're different on like the Bears or something. What games did we pick different on, Paul?
One towards the top, I think.
I have Bills, Cowboys.
Patriots,
You have the
Vikings,
Patriots. Yeah. I have the Vikings. Fuck, dude. Maybe I should pick some other shit. Did we both pick the Bears?
Yeah. No. Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did. Fuck, I wish that... it sucks because no quarterback for the Jets would make me feel any better.
Joe Flacco.
We both picked the Titans. There were so... If Joe Flacco was playing, I'd pick the Jets, actually. I'm not even going to lie. Yeah, I don't think there's anything that I would switch, honestly, besides that Jets game, but I don't think I'm going to switch. So we're going to put our picks on the screen now for the fans to see. Let me make this bigger. Shit.
Good enough.
Yeah, Paul, talk us through a little bit right now. Give us some background noise while never mind. It's here are the picks. Yep. You're too late. Here are the picks. Now it's time to we're gonna go around the circle. We're gonna say one thing that we're thankful for. Paul, starting with you, what's one thing you're thankful for this year?
I'm thankful for Stefon Diggs being a great human being.
Okay.
I rewatch the Minneapolis Miracle maybe 40 times a year, and that might be the greatest play of all time, besides anything Tar Heels related, because the Browns have nothing. And the Cavs championship, of course, rewatch that all the time. But Diggs is just perfect. I wish the Browns had him.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I'm thankful for Donovan Mitchell and the rest of the boys in the Cavs. I'm thankful for Austin, not for being a great brother, but because he gave me Terry McLaurin and Brandon Ayuk, and they kind of have saved my season. And I'd say I'm thankful for the fans, man. The fans that are keeping us going with all the likes, the subscriptions, the comments. Yeah, FOOTBAP Nation. We're thankful for you. And now, Barlowrider, what are you thankful for this year, man?
Well, first of all, very thankful to to be on the show this week. It's an honor, and
Oh,
obviously it's not something everyone gets the privilege of doing. So definitely grateful for that. Thankful for our Ohio Bobcats. Beat the BG Falcons last night and are headed to the
really?
MAC championship.
Yep.
Damn it.
Fuck the
It's a big
Falcons.
deal.
Damn.
Falcons were talons down last night. The Bobbies rolled over them. I think the final score was like 45-7 or something. It was pretty much a blowout.
Classic BG football.
Yeah. Hey, BG had a pretty
They
solid
did beat
year.
Toledo though. That's the big thing. Yeah.
They beat Toledo. They went 6-6, so I think they should
Bowl
go to a
time.
bowl game.
Yep. Let's go.
So
Bowl
they'll probably go to
time.
Idaho or something. And lastly, I'll just say I'm thankful for Austin Eckler. He's just been a solid number one pick for me this year, and I'm very grateful for his performance week in and week out. So.
Yeah, which is funny because I feel like everyone, even including me, was kind of panicking like 3 weeks in, and he was like sucking horribly.
Correct.
But then Keenan Allen and Mike Williams got hurt, and it was like, oh shit, every touchdown has to be scored by Austin Eckler.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess that'll wrap everything up. Any last words from you gents?
Go Cavs.
Yeah, we got to leave it off with the Go Cavs. Starts at 7 tonight. Everyone in the comments, give the Cavs a little good luck wish. Actually, no, everyone in the comments, let us know what you're thankful for this year, man. We love to hear from the fans. We just love it so much. Yeah, that'll be this week's episode. Watch out for your game of the week, Mike versus Paul. It'll be a good one. We got a lot of good games this week. FOOTBAP Nation, let's ride.
Let's ride.
All right. See you later, fellas.
See you, boys.